All right, the LA Chargers have signaled there's going to be some massive changes this offseason, and after the game, it was very apparent what that's going to be. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel talking about the Chargers. Even got the hat on today. So if you've been asking for some Chargers gear, anything, here it is. Hit the subscribe button as a thank you. No, I thank you. You shouldn't be thanking me. But here's the deal. I put this on because the season's over, but it's you just have to be excited. I know it sucks to lose, but look, game got out of hand yesterday. A couple plays here, a couple plays there. Next thing you know, it's just like, oh, shoot, had your opportunities in the beginning, couldn't punch it in the end zone, settled for field goals, turned the ball over. Just like that, it's over. And the unfortunate part is the playoffs, so it's over. But you got to be excited because, man, that was year one. Jim Harbaugh, after the game, he was just said this was his favorite team ever that he's ever coached, been a part of. He's so pumped to be with the Chargers, the organization. It's only the beginning, and it's only up from here. Okay, here is what the changes are going to be. Trey Pipkins, it's the offensive line, okay? I'm going to get right to it. Trey Pipkins will not be back next year. They need to find somebody else in this position. We'll get to that in just a second. Joshua Palmer. Basically this list is like guys that won't be back next year. And this is just a quick little rundown of it. Christian Fulton, Bradley Bozeman. So you can kind of see the offensive line. And why do we say this is because Justin Herbert, he came out and said, hey, look, it's tough. It's on me. I let the team down. Got to throw the ball away. All these things. And he's not wrong. He's still a stud. You take him all day as your starting quarterback. But he just made some mistakes, right? Made mistakes yesterday, and you wouldn't trade him for the world. But he had a bad game, and so. But here's the thing: when you just feel this constant upstream pressure of I gotta throw it here, I gotta do this. They were never in a high leverage situation where they're just kind of running ball, play action, screen, draw. Like there was none of that. It was just this constant. We got to make something happen, Justin, and you couldn't do it. So Jim Harbaugh, after the game, he says, this is what's interesting. Jim Harbaugh said he's a complete beast. He loves Justin Herbert. We all know it's like shockingly crazy how much he loves him. We get it, Jim, but it's like, oh man, he loves him. But he says quarterback has got to be able to finish the throwing motion, meaning he's getting pressure, wasn't able to complete the throwing motion. So we know Bradley Bozeman, free agent, visibly upset. He's gone. Trey Pipkins, see ya. We just talked about this. Jim Harbaugh knows that he has to get a good offensive line, and he will do anything he possibly can to do that. And so we looked at it. PFF said that one of the things that the Chargers could do is get a running back in free agency. There's a couple good running backs, solid running backs available. Go that route in free agency. And in the draft, the Chargers will 100% bolster the offensive line. You look back at Jim Harbaugh's teams at Michigan, at Stanford, even at San Francisco, name like the star stud wide receiver. He never really had one. He has one now in Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey, another huge game. But it's just, he knows he has got to be able to run the ball. And he will do that no matter what it takes to make that happen. So if you start to look at it, you're like, all right, what does this look like for the Chargers and how can they do this? Well, here's how. You take a look at, just on PFF, you can do kind of a quick mock draft, and it's pretty interesting how quickly this thing can get turned around if you're a Chargers fan. And let me just pull it up right here. Mock draft simulator. You can kind of see the available players. It's like, okay, let's take a look at it. Pick 25. Oh my gosh, Colston Loveland. I didn't even see. So I love it. I'm doing that. Colston Loveland, Michigan star tight end. Just absolute star tight end. Now you can go in here. Okay. All right. Tackle from Boston College. Done. Don't even care. Oh, running back. Oh, guard from Georgia. Done. This is just the top 3 picks. Oh man, Colston Loveland. Now you're tight end. You're running, blocking, run blocking, going out for passes. The dude is a star. That's like a star tight end. He's right up there with the best tight ends to come out of college. In the last, I mean, seriously, he is. You look at what a tight end does. Look at the Raiders. Look at the Detroit Lions. You get a tight end, it's a game changer because they can stay in there on all plays. You don't know if their run pass is such a great threat. And then you get a tackle and a guard. Boom. And then you get a running back in free agency, and you've got your star wide receiver. Pick up another wide receiver in free agency, just enough to help you. But look at that. There's 3 offensive linemen. This is the change, and this is what's going to happen. And Jim Harbaugh will make sure 100% that it happens. But if you look back at this season, you got to be so excited that you're a real franchise. You're a mature franchise. It took 1 year to get you back to where it had to be. And you know, it's just like you look at the division too. I mean, the Raiders aren't there. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. And the Broncos, you're happy with, the Broncos are good. No question. But again, it's like good competition. It's like a respected thing. It's not, I don't know. The Broncos are not somebody that you're just like either super power team or a team that you hate. They're just like, yep. They're like the Vikings for us. It's like, yeah, always solid. Appreciate you. Don't hate you. Don't love you. We're like the Bears and the Packers. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's like the Packers are like the Chiefs for you. You're just always really good, always going to have something. And then the Bears are like the Raiders, where you're just like, can't stand you because you think you're good and you're not. And you think you're better than us for some reason. Why do you think you're better than us? You're terrible. Okay. So I understand. I understand your division very well. I love it. So, hey, this is not the end of our videos. This is the beginning of them, if you really think about it, because off season, there's going to be, just real quick, this is how the off season kind of works. You've got here, they're going to, at the end of the season, they're going to sign future deals. These are guys that say, hey, we want you to be in training camp with us next year. They're going to start doing those. Coaching staff's going to kind of get shifted around a little bit depending on who leaves. Maybe there'll be a 1 or 2. We'll see how that goes, but but really the coaching staff should stay in place. Then there's free agency, the combine, draft, OTAs, mini camp. Then you kind of take the summer off, which is really only July, like June, half of June and July, and then back at it August, September. August is training camp. September we roll again, and football's fun, man. It is the sport. Other sports are kind of fading. It feels like NBA, baseball, basketball. I mean, who used to be watch those, but man, I don't even really pay attention to those anymore. It's football, and it's like, man, I just want my football team to be good. That would be nice if my football team could be good. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.